Alright, make sure we got a volume check here, because that's ridiculous. I can't believe. Yeah. That was nuts. Hmm. Jump into Texture Lab. Um. Okay. I'm gonna try doing a solid texture. Gonna have to blend. Throw that down to 0. Alright. What do we got here? Actually, whole thing. Then we're going to need um bring down the whole maximum. Go up here. Go over here. Alright, so we're going to scale on the X, bring down the Y, and with this, we're going to translate the X over to about here. What is it? 1? So point. I was going to say 0.75, but it looks like it's 0.3. And then we're going to translate the X to about here. Scale the X. Mirror that. Probably could bevel it. Wherever our mirror is, we should be able to grab that. Now we got 2. Continue that over to the X to pull those like so. I believe it's blend. Or we could probably mask it. Really doesn't matter. All right, so those are completely down. Just gotta fill the inside, which I believe we can do with a mask. Or we can transfer. Yeah. I got an idea. Do this. Translate the Y. Just going to scale on the Y. There we go. Alright, we got that. We got that. Blend this up here. Okay, so we got that one up there. Might have to make that a darker color, but if we throw a map range here, bring down the output minimum. That one's lower than that, so that'll stick out. We gotta do the exact opposite. So this one goes here. And this one goes here. Now we just mask these two. Let's see what it would look like with a bevel. Yeah, let's throw a height map while we're at it. And let's change this to 2048. We're gonna need a color that actually, let's do tile sampler, and we're gonna throw in another polygon just for ha-has. Want to be able to see what we're doing here. There we go. Alright, so that does kind of have Alright, so that'll get rid of that. I don't know if we should bring that in anymore. Let's do tile. If I can find the tile. Alright, so rows are 1. Bring in the offset. Alright, that's a bummer. So probably 2D. Could do that side to side. Do another map range. This one's got to be a lot deeper color. Okay, threw that down there. Do the same down here. Alright. Not bad. Let's do map range. I'm just gonna crank that up. That would be great for a mission, actually. Yeah. That would make a lovely emission map. know if I want to bring that up all the way. You know what? Don't mess with a good thing. Let's keep it. What would it look like with a straight plugin? Yeah, what am I doing? Go over there. Alright. That's my output. That's what we're working with right now. We can add in the details and everything after. We still got to do a specular map. These got to go down. It's at 2048. You know what? Let's try each one of them. What's the concept you're trying to create? I'm just creating brushes and a couple other things, basically. Textures. Like the concept is I'm building my brushes to use for normal mapping. If this thing will ever load up. There we go. Alright. So let's get rid of all this. And I think actually I could use one of those. I know I can use one of those for an emission map. That kind of gives me an idea. But we're going to import the OBJ. A bolty, huh? The water pipe. There was another. There we go. Road sign. Yeah, let's check out the metal chest plate. First things first, I'm going to set the origin to the geometry. Then I'm going to rotate on the X by 90 degrees. Make that negative 90 degrees. Rotate on the Z by 90. And I think the smaller plate is the one that goes in the back. I don't know, I'm thinking like maybe like some, not space aged, but I'm not too sure what I'm trying to do, honestly. Oh, that would be good for straps. These are gonna have to get softened up though. That's definitely gonna have to get softened up. Make it more defined. Alright, so let's do that. We do have to save as Twitch Live Skins, desktop. Where did I put that? Texture. Alright, so new folder. Test. Alright, so we got that. I'll do, yep. That's definitely got to drop down. I don't understand. I get it. Okay. I got to reverse that. So let's throw an inversion. into here. That might actually work. That will work. Alright, so we got that. The tile sampler would be good because we can add that on after. So here's the first one that we're going to make. Export. Select folder underneath test. Let's make another one. As they move out and get smaller, but that's not. There we go. That'll randomize it. So we actually can use that. I could probably strike these down out here. Oh, you know what? We'll blend that in. There we go. So that'll be another one that we're trying. File, save as, actually. We don't need those, because we're just saving that. And we're going to file, save as, mat2, export. Should do just one texture, but I have a feeling it's going to do all of them. No big deal. Alright, let's stick with, there's one. Alright, so we gotta do new 2048. Diffuse. Sweet. Alright, so we got this. And we're just going to bring the original material here down. Shading. Input. Texture. That'll work. Do a new brush. 2 new brushes. Let's go to the first one. Rivet. Normal? That should work. We're going to open desktop texture test. There's our normal map. Actually, we got to work on that. So GIMP, open. Desktop texture test. All right. Nope. Maybe. That one. Open. Alright, so we got that. I only want... Whoa. Slow down. Yeah, I got a better idea. Discard changes. File, open. We'll open up the diffuse first. Yeah, okay. Open. That works. Let's get like so. Why use GIMP, not Photoshop? Simple. I don't feel like paying for a license. I mean, I used to use Photoshop years ago, but that was back when you bought it once. The fact that they do that yearly shit, nah, fuck that. Pardon my French. It's ridiculous, honestly. I mean, and I'm not quote unquote in the industry, so you know what I mean. It's kind of sort of pointless, actually. Like the fact that, especially like if you upgrade, and you can't just buy Photoshop, they want you to buy like package deals of things. If it was just Photoshop, I'd be like, hell yeah, dude. I guess I'll buy a license for like, you know, what is it, like $40 a year? Oh no, it's over 100 or whatever it is. You know, people are like, well, use the try. I'm not even gonna bother with that. And the plugins for GIMP, every day, it's just like Blender. It's getting better and better. And again, industry standard is laughable because you look at the state of the industry and it's like, yeah, I don't know if I want to go with that. All right, so export as. We'll do this as cover. Yeah, that works for me. And then this one is where we will fill this in. And then we wipe these out. Oop. Alright, so we got that one. This is cover. Save, yes. Absolutely. Save. And we are going to open the normal. Open that. That should cover that up right there. We'll throw in another one. I mean, if you can get it for free, these tools aren't bad. You can still get the job done. And it's not like I have a work limit or anything like that. If I was in the, like, working for, I don't know, some graphics design center or something, yeah, okay, I can definitely see having to use that, but I don't have a deadline. I'm just messing around with it. That's why it's like, why are people even bothering? Like, you know, if you're in the industry, yeah, go for it. And if you want to use it, hats off to you. Bingo, that's what I wanted to do. Question, I try to open fridge.obj in Blender and it don't show something. So with that, one, it's got to be the wavefront. Two, make sure there's not more than one model associated with the object that you're downloading. And what I mean by that is like the AK has like 4 different pieces to it, either 4 or 5 different pieces you can open. I mean, I could at some point, yeah, I mean, you can, if there is there even a fridge.obj? I'm not sure if, alright, so export as material normal, done 1. There we go. Alright, boom. So that's rivet normal, texture 2, open. And we're going into texture. There we go. There's done 1. Alright, so we'll throw this one down here. Vector, throw in a normal map, that way it registers. Son of a bitch. Alright, let's see how this brush works for a normal. For this, I mean, we might as well use a color. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. But then we're gonna need a roughness. And a specular. Alright, so let's go into UV editing. We have diffuse. We're gonna do a new one. Normal. And we're gonna do a new one. Specular. Good to go. Now we just have to assign each one. So specular goes with specular. Normal goes with normal. Diffuse goes with diffuse. Alright, let's see how this works out. So texture paint. Which one's the front? That's the front. And I'm just going to grab this texture. And I'm going to stencil this. Use control to bend it. Yeah, that definitely has to go down a lot more. Let's just cover this like so. Yeah, you can't see much through the material preview. Let's do the original rivet. It seems like it's going on alright, but again, it's tough to see. This is one of those paradoxical things where it's like, do I paint the textures first or do the detail and then paint onto the detail to see what I'm doing? Actually, before I do anything, yeah. Alright, W, Alt and Z. Let's get our straps first. So that'll be the left and the right strap. Gonna hit 2, Control. Got those. Get these out of here. I'm out of here. The state. Great sketch show. Alright, get these here. Get rid of those. And it looks like I'm going to be painting. You know what? Let's go to wireframe. Make sure I got everything here. Yeah, I definitely almost, sort of, kind of, not. Get rid of that. Alright, anything else I think I can put back. Ooh. Except for this, I don't know what that is. Alright. Works for me, maybe. Nope. Alright, cool. P, separate by selection. Alright, so these will be straps. And we're going to hide those, because we're done with those now. And we got our belt. Get rid of those. Oh. Control Z. There we go. Make sure there's no hairs or anything straggling behind. I feel like... yeah, that is definitely not supposed to be there. Nor is that. Nor is that. You hit 1. That's good. Let's hit 2 again. Go back to the line mode. Alright, cool. So P by selection. This will be belt. And goodbye belt. This will be the front. That'll be the back. P by selection. Back. Hide that bad boy. And the only thing that's left is front. So tab, Alt H. Beautiful. Now we can... oh, I probably should do left and right, huh? Yeah. UV editing. Alright, so shading, texture paint. Let's go into... it'll go diffuse, normal, specular. So let's go to our diffuse texture paint, and I'm just going to load up any old texture. When you finish live, please say the... yeah, I mean, there's a whole tutorial, dude. This is just me goofing around. I put out the tutorial so that I'll just show my live streams or whatever. Hopefully more people pop in. But yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I can leave it up for a few days. That is not as distinguished as I thought it was. All right. So just for ha-has, let's pull up file, new, or no, open. That's normal done. That is normal. There it is. Open. Alright. I'm just going to slap that on here for now. I separate the part. Somehow I mean, yeah, that's the whole point of this method. Like, I just put up a tutorial today actually on how to do this. I've noticed that nobody else had one up, and usually it's just Photoshop. You're not working with any 3D designs unless you're using Substance Painter. And I'm not in the industry. I'm not paying for Substance Painter. I think it's an outrageous price, and the fact that they rope you into a deal, quote unquote, by giving you stuff that you don't need. Nah, no, I'm good. I'm not paying for packages. So I went ahead and I made this because honestly, like, Blender really is the only thing that you need to do. Like, if you're doing professional game development or whatever, fine. But if you're making skins, Blender works just fine. So I made a tutorial for it. If you check out the videos, you should be able to, I think it's the newest one actually. I might have released 2 today. Yeah, I use creators and Substance. Yeah, I mean, if you're in the industry and you want to pay for it, fine. But it's like, how much do you figure you pay over the course? Rust has been around for how long? Like 7 years? What would 7 years worth be? You know what I mean? Add all that up. Tell me how much it is worth for 7 years. Hell, you can even have, like, if you get the package deal, not straight up. And then I can let you know right now, that's how much I didn't pay. So corporations drive me nuts. Absolutely bonkers. Alright, so we got that. Boom. So we have our 2. What's that? Let's go back to this one. Open. I hate to do it, but yeah. Derp. Wrong one. So there we go. We got 1, 2. But again, it's like, yeah. That's exactly it. I mean, don't forget, these creators, they're on deadlines. You know what I mean? They got to push their nose to the grindstone. This is just for, like, everyday person gets home from work, plays Rust, maybe wants to make a couple skins or something for CSGO. It's the same principle. You're paying for the same exact principle. You should see some of the tools that are coming out for Blender now. It's ridiculous. Maya, actually, or was it Houdini? One of them just had a crazy update, but I'm not paying $500 for that license either. Because again, I don't have a job in that. I don't have a deadline. You know, it's not, especially if somebody's just getting into 3D or something. This is a great starting point. They'll get the grasp of like how it's all the same theory. One doesn't work any different from the other, you know? So I'm just going and seeing how the heck I can texture this with multiple brushes. More or less, it's an experimental thing for the next tutorial. Alright, there, good. Got this part out. I could probably... Alright, so that one's that. Jump back into shading. Alright, so for the front, I don't even know what the heck. What didn't I use yet? Okay, we're going to do a new one, I guess. Yeah, let's go back into layout. New texture, and we'll call this one baked. And we're going to open, let's go up a couple notches to one of the older ones for the roughness, because those aren't too bad. And then I can also do, you know, I gotta get color in here right now just so I can see what the heck I'm working with. Alright, we got that. Again, I mean, I made all these textures, you know. It's not... Oh, that's right. There's an interior and an exterior. Yeah, shoot. Let's just get the front and the back. Yeah, the inside, if I remember correctly, the inside of that's a pain in the neck. But we'll go ahead, we'll do this one last time. Oh god, I moved over there. There we go. Alright, so shading. Click on that one. We'll do the back now. There, just so we can see what the heck we're working with. You know? Alright, back into shading. Let's jump into this, and now I can start messing with the normal map. Actually, how many do we got here? We got baked, texture 1. What is texture 2? I don't think texture 2 is in use yet, so go back down to texture 2. Norm 1. Do the copper normal. Let's jump right back into normal. Yes. Is that the one? It's the front. Perfect. Back into texture paint, and now I can just get something on there so I can see what the heck I'm doing here. Can't really see much without... Yeah. That's what I thought. We need a light. Point light? maybe? No. Alright, so let's do this. We're going to go ahead. We're going to bring up our lighting a crap load. Maybe a lot of bit more. G on the, okay, so let's click on this. I mean, the indentions for this too. Yeah, the normals are picking up. But I think I need to increase them a little. Yeah. That's tough to say because we don't even have the specular map on yet. Alright, well, let's get the rest of the belt done. I'm thinking like some sort of lines going down, but it's gonna need like a leather material. We could use a leather material. Perfect, actually. Or a leather-like material. I know I made one of those somewhere. So, layout, yes. Shading, yes. Diffuse, there we go. And back into texture paint. What do we have here? Right, layout. Make sure I have that in there. Texture 3. LED. And we're going to open. Nope. Twitch live skins. I think I used this one for the leather. It's a darker color, but I think it comes out okay. Yeah, let's go with that. Leather albedo. Alright. Works for me. Back to texture paint. And I am going to choose my brush. Make sure it is leather. Okay. Leather's darker than that, though. It's more of a brownish color, I think. Tab A. There we go. That's all we really need to do. Just color right over that. It's like steps, you know what I mean? Alright, so we got that. Oh, although now I don't think I want it leather because that gives me an idea for... Let's jump back into our shading menu. Need to do the edges on this. Texture paint. Let's go up here. Tab A. Ooh, yeah. Nope. So what do we have here? Baked. Kind of go around the edges. It's always those corners that get me, no matter like what program I'm using. The seams. Unwrapping is an art in itself, you know. Alright, there. That side, psh, done. Good. Just for good measure. There we go. And we're going to do that one since we're already on here. Shading. We're just going to flip it back over to our normal. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. where they get you. Good old seams. There. Now I don't have to worry about that. Back to UV editing. Texture paint. Alright, so not worried about the inside. I can actually see what the heck. Alright. The belt. I could probably do like a chest. Does that indent? That is the back, I think. Leather, normal. Let's do a new one. Strips. And normal alpha. Because I had done... Oh. No. Okay, I'm gonna bring this down to about here. This is what I meant by like I'm making brushes. I'm just kind of adding on what I can where I can. I'm going to bring this down much, much further. This is one of those I feel as though I'm going to have to just go with the tiling. Okay, so that needs to go a lot smaller, the copper. In shading, I'm going to click that, and I got to do something with the specular. So, miraculously enough, we can use... Definitely not that, no. Okay. Yeah, back to... Yeah. I'm gonna stencil it. Get somewhat of a matchup here. Just kind of run these around for the time being, because everything else should mix in quite well, and that way we can at least get the specular out of the way, and then once it gets going, but oh right, see, okay, then the belt. Just for haha, plug that into the roughness. There we go. I noticed that the roughness on here is the specular in rust, if that makes any sense, even though this does say specular. And I think specular in AO, because there is no AO, Blender automatically does the ambient occlusion, which you have to set it, so we should probably set that. There. These we can redo. I gotta get the leather on the sides though. Yeah, no way around that one. So let's click on these. Go back into UV editing. That's got to be normal mapped. Texture paint. Back to our or shader, I'm sorry. Click on that and we're back to our normal map. $2048 wasn't enough. I think Rust is using 4K too now. I could be wrong. Let's get these down here a little bit because I'm going to have to move some things in. Texture paint, go over here. Is that the one? That is not the one. Is that the one? No. Is it? No, it's not. We got to do a new one. Okay, boop. New. Norm. Les. And where is Normles? Normles, open. Let's just get these out of the way for right now. Can always come back, do touch-ups later. Yeah, you can barely see that. So let's go. Probably should put more point lights. Shift A, light, spot. I mean, G on the Z. Gonna open these up, and I'm bringing up the power. Okay, G on the X, R on the Y. Still doesn't help me over here. Alright, G on the Y. There we go. I see. Okay. That has to come down tenfold. Maybe more. Texture paint. Let's do this just for a second here. Which one is this? That one? Okay. Just see what this looks like. Again, one of those that, where are you? We will do tiled. You don't want it to go too small either, because what's going to happen is, you know, you can only make it go so small and give it relatively good. Hey, yeah, that's actually coming out all right. I am pleased. All right, cool. Guess I'm sticking with that. I mean, Mixer's still fun to use too. I do enjoy Mixer. They're coming out with a whole bunch of new tools too. they're they're running the show at this point when it comes to pretty much anything entertainment or visual arts. The Unreal Engine plus what Mega Scans, God, a whole bunch of different programs they bought. All right, there we go. We got these two. Now I could actually... Alright, that doesn't look too bad. Oh, what am I thinking? I'm gonna redo this anyways, but... Oh, that's such a good idea. Yes, okay. Strips. Let's do the material preview. And we're going to do another one, texture 2. This, we're going to open. Made the Trinity symbol. Could use copper. Yeah, let's go with that. Shading, diffuse, texture point. Oh, there we go. Texture paint. And yeah, go down to stencil. Bring that right up. Okay, we got that. No idea why it does that. Okay. With this, I mean, we could slap decals and stuff on it. In fact, that's... Oh, yeah, no, we're not doing that. I can bring down the other one, no problem. I gotta replace these as well. AO. But if I bring this down, new one, texture 2, decal, let's bring up the decal. Decal, open. Yes. No. Cutter, symboloid. Alright, yeah, let's do roughness. No, there we go. We got this. Shading, normal. We're back on that. Texture paint. Probably had that pop out a little bit more though. Although I do want shading. This is the normal. Let's go into UV editing. Okay, so that wasn't added on at all. Alright. So let's click on these and we're going to hide those. Let's stick with just the back. I'm going to throw that phone right out the window. Okay, we got that. Let's go back to run our normal. I think it was norm 1. Almost positive it was norm 1. Just get our normals on that. We'll spin it around. Good old sit and spin. Alright, what are we looking at here? How did it come out? Way too far up. Okay. And we didn't throw a specular on there. So we'll have to do that too. Oy, oy, oy. Specular. That's why. Texture paint. Baked works. In fact, let's go right here. Just gonna bring this up. One's a little bit bigger than the other, but there we go. So now we got that. Now we can throw the normal on there. So that's the back. Jump back into layout. Do I want that yellow? Yeah, why not? Got that. Let's go back to our normal. Texture paint. There we go. It's tough to see. I'm going to have to make it a little bit more defined, but at least I get the idea. Alright, we got these. Ooh, shading. Diffuse. UV editing. Texture paint. Throw this in the back. Do a new one. Decal 2. Open. The question is... Oh, that shouldn't even be a question. That's just going to make it completely white. So we got to... Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, back to GIMP. File, open. What do we underneath? Desktop texture. So desktop, Twitch skins. That's the rough. That's the metal. That will work. open. Click on that, hit delete. There we go. Cool. File, export as Trinity decal export. No compression. Do not compress. Alright, let's jump in here. Trinity decal, there we go. I'm gonna bring that up. There we go. Probably would have looked better over here, actually. So I think I'm gonna want like some sort of like, not abs, but you know what I mean, like how the armor looks like it's all jacked and kick-ass. And then I gotta throw rust on there. And a couple other things. Just for ha-has. Let's see how this would look. Right here. No. No. Mm-mm. As for the decal part, I think I gotta... I think I'm gonna add... trying to think of what I'm gonna need. Alright, so back to the textures. So strength definitely needs to go up, and along with the range. And we are going to export mat 2 because that is going back here still. Let's jump back into... No, did I? Okay. Click on that. Diffuse, normal, texture paint. There we go. Got our normal map. Alright, so let's get this bad boy. Gotta open up a new one. Yeah, we'll keep it as a stencil. What did I do that under? Test. Mat 2. Where did I save that? Okay. Looks about right. I don't know why. Do I have to refresh it? Material normal, material normal. Matte normal. There's no matte. Let's just save it underneath the texture. There we go. Much better. All right, export. Matte 2, there we go. Hello. Throw you back into GIMP. Actually, we don't even need this one anymore. Discard changes. We're going to open this. HIJKLMN. Oh, right. Desktop texture. Matte 2. There we go. Slowly but surely making a bunch of tools. Alright, Control C. Control V. Beautiful. I'm going to throw that down on there. Oh, gotta get a new one. Yes, okay. Floor. Let's bring this above it. Throw it down. There we go. And then file, export as. What did I do it to? Normal. Yeah. There we go. Replace it. Definitely no compression for your normal maps. And matte normal. There we go. Oh, that's with the edges. Is it? Yeah, that's got to be with the edges. That can't be without. All right. There we go. That looks better. Bring this back. Beautiful. So let's throw that into the material preview. Probably could compress that, huh? Just make it like there's a... Oh, yeah. If it doesn't look too crazy, that's because it's the world of Rust. Everything looks like garbage. It's a good idea. So I can go ahead and I can lock those in. I don't know if that's what I want to stick with though. Not a bad idea. Probably could have gotten rid until right where that corner is. Which I think I'm going to do. Oh, okay, so file, export as. Oh god. Matte normal done. One, export, replace. That's this one. It's texture 1. Texture 2. There we go. Now we'll throw this around. Could probably put the rivets on the side. So I gotta make rivets. Probably should make some screws. I know I made screws actually. But yeah, this is what I meant by making materials. Oh, what am I doing? Just gonna go right about here. I think these are the two top parts. Probably just come down to here. Let's jump down to the bottom. Texture paint. We're gonna go into shading. Click on these, diffuse. Beautiful. Alright, so we got that. I'm just gonna jump back to the quote unquote leather, if you will. Alright, so we got these. And I gotta do the same for up here. Not that this matters. You could probably fill this all in and then just go from there. That's not in the middle enough. And it is 1:30. I gotta get going. But I'm gonna work on this again. Control S, save this as armor. I definitely want to file, save as tools, because I'm going to be working on those and making more textures. So exit out of that. Thank you for checking it out. Yeah, feel free if you want to give this a try. Just, keep in mind if you have brushes and stuff to use the ones that are yours. What the heck? I don't like how that came out, but alright. We'll go from there. Take care.